Lights out. Let's go!
Good day. We're back. Triple P is running its second test today on thermal heat when it comes to racing. We have a different racing vehicle here today and a different driver. And this time we are privileged to be joined by Francois Viljoen that came all the way from Naisma. Thank you, Francois, for joining us today. I know it was a long trip up. And with the fuel prices going the way they are, we really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Francois, I'm not going to introduce you. I'll give you the opportunity to tell us what you do for a living and how that would possibly fit into what we're trying to achieve today.
Yeah.
Over to you, Francois.
100%. Yeah, so my name's Francois Viljoen. I'm a thermographer, a level 3 certified master thermographer. I mainly do training on infrared thermal imaging. So how does infrared work, heat, how does it move around? So what we're coming to do today is actually look at the improvements in the heat dispersion and on the tires, and also how stable the tire variation, the temperature variation stays over time. Because the tire temperature influences your tire pressure dramatically. So we're trying to definitely achieve some great results on here, and we'll be measuring all the tire temperatures as the car comes off, maximum temperatures, average temperatures, and then also doing a temperature differentiation between the track temperature, the tire temperature, and some of the variables that we can measure on there.
Thank you. That's a mouthful. The end of the story is we want to see, with ambient temperatures and track temperature taken into consideration, how does the Triple P tires perform when it comes to heat and heat transfer? And Francois is here to assess that for us as a professional. And then I'd like to introduce Anriette van Beek, our driver for the day. Extremely excited. We were here on Saturday. We saw a race, very impressive. Anriette, tell us a bit about how you got into racing and about what you would like to achieve today on the track, knowing all the ins and outs we've been harassing you with about our tyre polymers. But before we get there, maybe just tell us who you are, how you got into racing, and perhaps a bit about the car you're driving today.
Okay, so yes, I'm Anriette van Beek and I race this lovely car over here. So I lovingly call it a FOV. So it's a Formula V with a 1800 fuel injection motor at the back. I currently race at Formula Libre, which is a single-seater class with loads of different single-seaters. But today what I would like to see with the test is just to get nice constant type pressures, because the thing is, as a driver, if you can have constant pressures, you know what to expect out of the car. So there's no fluctuation and like all of a sudden the tires are overheating or like not heating at all. So hopefully just to get a nice stable platform basically to work from.
And we're hoping that we will provide you with that platform and maybe give you that edge.
Yes.
Lastly, the track today, Zwartkops, predominantly left turn, right turn, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Which direction are we going?
I'm trying to think now. I think it is, as far as I know, it's clockwise.
Clockwise, yeah.
Yes, clockwise. And we have at Zwartkops, it's more right-hand turns than left-hand turns, where Kailami is more of a left-hand turn track. This is going to be predominantly right-hand turns.
That's more pressure on your left side.
Yeah.
So we'll place focus on that.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Anriette. We really appreciate you and Francois being here today. We're looking forward to the end results and good luck. Be safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
PPP test day on the track.
Lights out. Let's go!
No, it was good. It was a nice session. Same with the same. It's yeah, business as usual with normal tires. Well, up lap, slow and steady, but I felt like the tires had grip. It's a nice hot day, so got grip quite quickly. So from the second or third session, I could start pushing a little bit more. I did have a little bit of traffic, but currently my fastest lap was a 1:18.6. I think I was at a lap 4, if I'm not missing. Yeah, I think it's lap 4. Yes. Yeah. Everything normal. Business. I'm very excited to feel if there's going to be a difference. It's going to be the taste, because I know the tires actually picked up quite a bit, temperature-wise and pressure-wise. So we'll see what the PPP does.
Your left front was at 63.
Yes.
Yeah. And your right front was 64.2.
Yes.
The left rear was 70.2, and your right rear was 73.
So definitely more on the rear side. It picks up more heat in the rears.
Was in the beginning it was between 1.2 and 1.4
Yes.
for the left front, 1.2, 1.3 on the right front, 1.4 to 1.6 on the left rear, and 1.4 to 1.6 on the right rear. So it's about, like you said, it was about 0.2 bar difference
Yes.
on a minuscule.
Yeah. No, it feels good. Yes. Saturday I was running lower pressures, but the thing is with these single seaters, because they don't have power steering, like the softer the tire, yes, the more grip you might have, but it's harder to actually corner. So getting through a corner is a little bit more of an arm wrestle than it was today with the higher tire pressures. So yeah, much better today, definitely.
1:15, so it seems like you lap 3.
Yeah, lap 3 was my best lap. Yeah.
That was your best lap.
Yeah.
I can smell you at least put some heat into the tires.
At least, yes.
So yeah, gives you all the data that you need.
Now I can carry a little bit more speed. And that one actually shows it should carry less, which is interesting.
Was the adrenaline at least?
Yeah, a little bit. little bit. Always. Yeah.
Now we're putting out PPP tires. They are used tires, so there's no advantage on them.
No advantage at all.
But it came off your car, eh?
Came off my car. That's
So at least
my
you can trust it.
tires, yes.
Yeah. So these are the old tires of PPP tires. These are the new ones that they race now. So this advantage is here, but we take it. We need to test it thoroughly. What pressures are you going to run in the front?
1.2, same as the previous one.
We had oil leakage on there on the road, so hopefully everything won't influence it too much. But yeah, we're still going to try. 1.35. 1.35. 1.6.
We got 62.
62, 64. Right. Rear. 68. So yeah, Anriette, so we went out now for the second round, or for the first round on the PPPs. Before we went out, there was an incident there, but you can talk about and be honest, your feeling. We realized when we put the wheels on, there was no weight on, so I don't know. You can tell anything that you felt.
Okay, so yeah, before we went out, there was a bit of an incident through a few corners, so there's quite a lot of oil on track. So it's a little bit more slippery than it was on the first session when we went out. So it's a little bit more difficult to tell which is which, if it's the tires, if it's the actual circuit that's a little bit slippery. But yeah, what I can say is it felt like constant. So the grip felt constant through all the sessions. So I think I need to probably up the tire pressures because it's now not heating and like getting to the correct temperature, because it's so it didn't really get up to temp, which is good, which means it works. I mean, it's keeping it on a constant temperature. Obviously I'm running on a little bit older tires than I was running on the previous session as well, so that does make a difference, but the grip felt constant. That I can definitely tell you. It was a little bit more intense on the thing. Braking with the wheels not being balanced, it was a little bit rough, I must admit.
Did you feel it brake slower?
So basically what happened as I got onto the brakes, like for certain corners, it's a little bit more of a shudder and vibration coming into the corners than previous. But
that was a slip up. But
yeah, that's to be to be expected with it not being balanced. But other than that, like I said, grip felt constant, which is a good thing.
And it's
because they know.
We would like to get the temperatures
I would just like to,
as possible, but
yes, I can get a little bit of more grip, so we have to run a little bit higher.
Let's see if we can do another run later.
Yes,
we can adjust some of them because the front actually only went up a little bit. This is it started 1.2, it's 1.35.
Oh wow, that's quite a that's almost nothing.
That's almost nothing. The back's also what was the back thing?
So basically,
so that's what we experienced the previous time as well.
Yeah,
it was quite significant
difference.
When we had a look at the temperatures, the temperatures on all four tires, well, both tires in front stayed at constant 62.
Yeah.
Where the previous matchup was at 63.5.
Yes.
So there's definitely
a difference.
True that you say that the tires don't get up to temperature. As much. The pressure difference was also a lot lower.
Due
to that temperature difference.
Exactly.
And the back?
The back was actually 64 and 67.
So it's very constant.
We're running here at 73. So we've got much hotter tires, and the temperature and the pressure was also much higher than with this one. So I think if a person do a second one,
a little bit higher tires,
a little bit higher, and get that confidence because your car doesn't feel the same anymore.
Yes.
And I think it's also because you're coming into a corner that's a crucial effect of knowing your car, knowing what to expect of it. I think that plays a big role.
And oil on track as well.
And oil on track.
Yes.
So always keep safety. We rather want to have back gear again.
Do
trying
some more.
To push it.
But
hopefully the owners will clear up the oil now and do the second one.
So guys, for our next session, and then we'll see. A little bit higher tire pressures, and then we can run them a little bit hotter.
Thank you, Anriette.
Okay.
47.
47 ambient.
That's 31.
31. So ambient's up. Okay.
32, nee, ook 33.
$70. Oh, 65.
65.
69. 69.
Anriette, it was run number 2.
Yes.
So we lifted tire temperatures up. The track was a bit colder.
Yeah.
You had a bit more confidence. I don't know if the road is a bit cleaner.
It's a bit cleaner. A
Okay.
reasonable amount.
So I could,
Less
I
slippery.
could really feel and see that you really wanted to
Yeah, push.
push and but yeah, first of all, we must admit that this is actually all the tires.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, just tell me what you felt.
So I definitely felt like an interesting thing that I felt, and this could be either because it's the older tires or the product inside. It actually feels a little bit harder, the tires. I don't know how to explain to you.
Okay.
So it feels a little bit more stiff, the compound itself.
Okay.
But the grip was there now. Now that we raised the tire pressures, it was
grip is
grippy and it's constant grip. So that's what I do like. It's like the previous run I had not a lot of grip, but it was constant. And now when the tires got hotter, constant throughout the session, so I had the confidence to push each and every lap.
Could you feel also, because Armand the previous time, he felt like he was so disappointed because his brakes failed. So he said he was so disappointed, and because he said he could feel that he can handle this all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's maybe not the fastest lap. We're just a little below that on that run.
Yes.
But you could feel that even with his failed brakes, you could feel that it was constant. And yeah, we've talked about it. Armand's car was 1,540. 1,200.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a weight difference between the two cars.
Half this. So I think everything has, but that's what we
want to test.
Want to test. I don't know. Charles, do you want to ask something else?
No, we good. You've got the grip, you've got the handling.
Yeah.
The laps look better overall.
Yeah, and I was on my way to actually get closer to that optimum lap time when my Garmin decided to leave me and go flat.
What was your best, if you can recall?
I'm not sure what the best was now. I didn't look
it
up.
was Carl. What was the best time that you measured?
190.
190.
Yeah.
190.
Consistent.
Yeah, at
119
least consistent. Yeah.
Nice.
And the previous one was
Man, and that-
121.
121.
So it's a little bit better.
Willy track.
And I
Okay,
can
and
promise
the
you,
first one?
With the normal tires was 118.
118. But was
and
that
this is
the
the old
fastest lap?
tires, so I mean, this is good.
Yeah,
Was that the fastest lap or was it the
that was
consistent
fastest
lap?
Fastest lap on the Garmin. 118.
And the consistency was that?
No, it was.
Okay, we'll just check on there.
different.
Unfortunately, the Garmin also could not
Battery
find
flat.
signals.
Set up up.
Yeah,
But yeah, Charles, are you happy?
Yeah,
with the result?
The results.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
the driver. It's not something that you're gonna ride with permanently.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
proof is in the pudding.
proof is in the pudding. Yeah, because by the end of the laps, unfortunately, my Garmin died because I saw that lap times coming down and down and down on there as well. And I had the confidence to actually push a little bit harder, going through turn 4 as well. Even though there was oil earlier, like I felt during this session now, I can put foot and the grip stay. And in a lap after lap, it was the same constant grip. And it was the same constant grip, so I could push a little bit harder.
Okay.
You see, that's the thing, yeah.
Excellent. I'm quite surprised that it's got such a big effect on a light car like this. You know, I can understand with a heavier car, you've got more downforce, you've got more grip, obviously, and with a lighter car, still, come out on top.
Yeah,
That's
still
at the end of the day, that it's not a racing modification, but you know what?
Yeah, the data is there.
So Anriette, end of the day, good day's racing behind.
Yes, nice practice.
Yeah, we had 2 runs with the triple Ps. Obviously the first time we had to adjust the tyre pressure
Yes.
because it didn't rise the way a normal tyre rises,
Yes.
and there was a bit of inconsistency and imbalance, but we fixed that or improved it after. So I think what we're more interested in is your feedback. You know, how was your first run? How's your second run? And what could you pick up as a race driver? You know, with the comparison between the 2 sets of tires.
Okay, so obviously running 2, not different compounds, but I knew it's compound in the older compound. First session out with the PPP, I didn't expect the tire pressures not to rise at all. So it kept it very consistent. So obviously we had to regroup, come back, up the tire pressures, and second run out, fantastic. I must say, for me as a driver, it was constant. So I could trust the car a little bit more, the tires a little bit more, because lap after lap, it was constant with the grip and everything else. When I had the grip, second run with the high tire pressures, it felt nice and constant. So lap after lap, I can just keep on pushing. I don't have to worry about tires overheating or anything weird like that. So it was quite good.
Yeah, we gathered from the previous one as well. I think the most hated thing that you guys experience is the final laps of the race. You know, when your tires are worn,
oh goodness,
and you don't have that consistency.
Yeah.
So I think the more consistent it remains, as you say, the more you can push it and have that, let's call it, longer legs for the end of the race.
Exactly.
You know, I think that's the advantage. So again, a good test for us. Thank you very, very much.
It's such a pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we achieved what we wanted to. We then proved that Triple P runs cooler, tire pressure is more consistent, and that gives that tire life and that improved heat distribution. But we'll have the full report again available for everybody to read and enjoy. Anriette, tell me, as a female growing in the sport, predominantly male sport, difficult to rise from the bottom, difficult as a no-name, nobody, to stamp down your authority. You know, tell us a bit about your journey thus far.
So it's definitely a thing. So I must admit, at least with the current day and age, being a female race car driver, there's not that thing of, oh, like, you don't belong here. There's no that nonsense anymore. But unfortunately, it does rear its head with how fast, because it feels to me like females are always pushed to be much faster. You know, there's no grace period in between where you can just, okay, I'm a rookie, I'm starting out,
develop.
I'm busy getting there. There's no that grace period at all. Like, unfortunately, it is expected to you just be fast off the back to be able to deserve to be there. So that's where it rears its head. But other than that, I must say, like, South Africa, motorsport in South Africa, all the men, they did just welcome me with open arms regardless.
That's great. That's wonderful.
So that's fantastic, and we're getting more and more goals coming through the karting series and getting into main circuit racing. So we're getting there slowly but surely. It's a little bit difficult to get backing always. Like, you would think that it's easy for lady drivers, being like motorsport, women in motorsport being such a big thing currently. You would get a little bit more traction with sponsors, but unfortunately it's not the case.
Right.
There's still, I think, with corporates and everything else, or whoever the sponsors are, a little bit more hesitant to sponsor the female drivers.
Well, I think that's something we should set out to change, you know?
I agree.
And I think you becoming a Triple P poster face would help would help doing that.
Yes.
But you're 100% correct, and it makes a lot of sense, what you say. But shout out to the men in motorsport for welcoming females.
Yes, thank you,
Shout out
guys.
to the boys.
Yes.
Well done. Again, as we said, extremely proud of you, and
Thank
we'll
you.
be behind you all the way. Anriette, last thing from me, thank you very, very much. We're definitely going to stay close, follow your career as a race driver.
Yes, please.
We'd like to be involved more. And we've got a hell of a lot of respect and support for you, especially in the growing, let's call it, investment and active female participation in sports. We really support that. So
That's good.
You're our hero.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.